Hi, and thank you for tuning in to 7 Diggy. This is your host, Eskimo Jones. Eskimo Jones.
You are listening to 7 Diggy, and I'm your host, Eskimo Jones. Alright, I'm currently walking. I've made this my new thing. I walk every day about a mile, sometimes 2 miles, depending on which route I decide to take. And I'm a smoker. I need to quit smoking because it's not helping. But the one thing that does help is practicing mindfulness while you walk. Now, it's not that hard to do. Of course, you're going to have your basic brain chatter, you know. If you're like me, you have that monkey mind. It wants to go all over the place and think about the whole day and possible disasters in the future and things in the past and traumatic events and, you know, how my relationship's gonna fail and how my girlfriend's gonna leave me, and there's so many birds in the sky. You know, I used to count the birds all the time, and I always waited for someone to ask me how many birds in the sky so I could say 38. There's 38 birds currently flying in the sky, but I don't count them anymore. I learned to just watch them, and they're beautiful, and I wish I knew my birds so I could tell you what kind they are. There's a bunch of little ones just sailing, not even flapping their wings. Anyhow, mindfulness while you walk is a great thing to practice. I've noticed that when I first let me tell you what it is that I do. You know, when I walk, I just pay close attention to the sensation on my feet. You know, you kind of imagine the earth pulling towards you and your feet pulling towards the earth, gravity holding you down. And you just feel from your heel to your toes when you walk, feel that pressure, see how it feels. And I have a walking stick, so I also see what part of my muscles are being used. Like my bicep is being used every time I pull back. Every time I push on the stick, I feel it on my thumb, my index finger, and my ring finger. I feel the pressure. So mindfulness is just being mindful while you walk, and you could also pay attention to your breath while you walk. And it's a great thing. You know, it trains the mind to be more present and in the moment, and it's a really helpful thing. When I first started practicing with mindfulness, I said, this makes all the sense in the world. This is so easy. But I didn't really know what I was doing. I was sitting there going, yeah, I'm watching TV. Being mindful, I'm watching TV. Look at me, I'm watching TV. Or I'd be at work. I'm being mindful right now. This guy's talking to me, and I'm aware of it. But I wasn't really actively listening. I was more in my head. So with mindfulness comes active listening. It just all starts to come to you naturally after a while. And, you know, you get a lot of insight when you're walking. At least I do. Walking and being mindful, you know, a lot of creativity just comes up because your mind is not so trapped, you know, in all this garbage that comes along with borderline personality disorder. You know, you can just walk and be present, and the clouds look different and the trees look beautiful, and I'm not over exaggerating it, and I'm not currently on any super duper joyful high or anything. I'm not going through any cycle of my BPD right now. I'm just enjoying my walk. And normally I wouldn't do things like this. Like, I would not record myself for fear that people were going to see me and judge me and say, the hell is he doing, talking to himself on the phone? Or I would have to hold the phone up to my ear to pretend I was having a conversation. I don't have to do that anymore. I'm learning to enjoy my own company and do what I want to do. So that's all I really wanted to say. You know, practice mindfulness and maybe go for walks every once in a while. And don't smoke. Okay, this has been 7 Diggy, and I am your host, Eskimo Jones. Have a good one.
Thanks again for tuning in to 7 Diggy. This has been your host, Eskimo Jones.